because you're not dissing. You're making
Yeah.
something crafted around. It's ambiguous. Like you make it where it could fit the theme, but it ain't the theme. Now Metro went all the way. He said, "I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna make fun of you." But no, I don't think that. I'm sure they didn't come to him and say, "Hey man, you want to diss Drake?" He wouldn't have did it. That ain't how it's get down. I mean, I know this for a fact.
Okay.
Now, Rose making fun of him is how Rose got in the battle. And then he responded to Rose. And then here goes these records. But at first, it's people making fun of him. But you watching people come out and say, yeah, you is a raggedy dude. Here's our problems with you. And we haven't voiced them because you're connected to the money, which is why a lot of people won't say nothing now because he connected to the money. And the money is the most important part of it for most of these people. And I'm not mad. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. If the money is the most important thing, it just ain't my thing.
So, how we hearing Future and Drake might be collaborating on the album again, or some music, or I mean, on the track. Does Metro do anything with Drake again?
I mean, I think Metro gonna apologize, but I think Metro issue is whatever his issue is. But trust me, it don't just resolve down to him just sleeping with some girl. Like, I think that becomes a thing. Like, oh, he's such a playboy. Nah. So just knowing and how people do their thing, like part of Drake's prowess and how he feels like he owns something on people is sleeping with people that other people slept with. Like he weaponizes through women, right? I'll sleep with this girl because you slept with her, and that makes me you. No, boy, you got to go through these problems.
So
a woman to give you some pussy, and that don't mean nothing.
So you think Drake is sleeping with these women because other guys have slept with
them?
7th Street
Wives on purpose. That's his
thing.
Yeah. So Wayne slept with you. I need some of that now too.
Yes, because I have friends like that feel like if they sleep with the same girl you sleep with, that actually gives them the same credence. I got to be worth what he worth. I have friends steal my dreams, ideas, and I'm used to it because I realize most people don't have nothing.
Okay, first of all, that sounds insane that somebody would be sleeping.
That shit is weird.
That is so weird. Like,
that's normal.
I could, like, is he in there like, call me Wayne? Call me Wayne.
No, but he feels like he carries the prowess now because he's good enough for her as well as him. People put a lot of stake in vagina. A lot of stake in vagina. A lot of stake through masculinity is in vagina.
That's all.
And when you really realize women, you know what I mean? That's not how you should do it because it could have been Thursday. It could have been liquor. You have no idea. So, but that's how he builds himself. And the problem is he built a reputation with himself that way. That's his reputation. His reputation is he the type gonna sleep behind you. That's Drake is doing it because he's somebody that been through a lot. People he might have felt rejected. He was never cool growing up. 1,000 things. Not he's not talented. Not saying he wasn't a good person, but he wasn't what we are. He wasn't this cultured ghetto person. That's why the first people he started targeting was strippers and strip clubs. People that would have never talked to him because he wouldn't fit the theme. And it got worse and worse. It's why he got the braids going to the back. It was something that he always looked at as special. He always seen it as special. He always seen street urban culture as a special thing that he wasn't ever a part of. So when he got in it, he started targeting the girls that's in it, the highlight of the girls. He started doing all that. But he builds his thing. He don't build his thing through winning fights. He don't build his thing in competing with people in that regards. He builds it through that. And that's how he feels like he has one up on you.
Let me ask you this. When you say he looked at it as special, how special do you look at something when it's not love, it's lust?
But I think that's the thing, right? I think that's how he feels about the culture. I think that's how he feels about these girls. I think that's his problem now. And I think that's the thing I think kids.
But don't it sound come across more like lust than love, though?
But that's what it is.
Okay.
A lot of people that's rapping now lust the culture. They don't love it. To love something, you have to care and understand it. To truly love something, you have to care and understand it. It requires you to have a lot of sacrifices.
And imagine.
And I don't think he loves I know he don't love the culture. He lusts it. It looks attractive. But that's the same thing for La Russell. That's the same thing even for D1. They don't really love hip hop. They lust it. Because if they loved it, they would go to learn more about the things that inspire the art. They wouldn't just have a judgment about what inspires the art. They would go to learn.
But when you protect what you love?
Yes. See, they like, and I get D1's point. D1's point is like, no, I'm just trying to make hip hop, righteous. And it's like, no, but it's not born out of just the concept of Christianity righteousness. It's born out of like making shit happen when you don't have anything else. It's finding arts. Like you'd be the person complaining because they're doing graffiti on a building 40 years ago. You'd be like, y'all wrote on my building. Y'all wrote on the church. How dare you? Like, you wouldn't understand why is what it is. He'd be the person like, y'all stealing power from the park. You guys are hooligans. It's not Christian righteousness. It's circumstance and finding, this kind of artistic perspective that we all appreciate because we understand this country hasn't treated us right as Black people. And I know I feel bad. Like I know if you, Al, what I say bothers you. I get it. I promise you it's not with intentions. I'm not patronizing you. Like I'm not, bro. I'm not here to irritate you. I'm just telling you, here is the thing. Whether it matters to you or it doesn't, it's fine. But here is a fact. This is my opinion backed by facts. Same I told y'all with J. Cole. I told y'all what J. Cole was before all these interviews came out, and all these interviews came back and told y'all the same thing that I just said. It's not because I'm just looking and I'm giving it a fair chance. And I'm like, why does it feel this way? Every artist gets the same fair chance with me until you do some bullshit. And then I'm not like Ye. Like when Ye kept going and kept doing bullshit, I ran out. You're going to have to do something very special. Feel me? That you're going to do something very special for me to really take you serious. And you don't care about my little money anyway. You don't care about my fucking opinion. I'm Black anyway, and I'm ghetto as a motherfucker. So you don't care about what I think.
That nigga ain't really that ghetto. He just be saying that shit.
But I am ghetto, but I'm not. The ghetto didn't make me. I make the ghetto. The reason the ghetto is because of people like me.
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. That's how you know these niggas doing anything for some little fame, some little money, because let me find out one of y'all niggas is a sloppy second seeker. Nigga, I'm not even about to hang around.
That's who he is.
Like, why would you want to hang around a sloppy second seeker? Like,
but because they're not, and this is where they sold like Future and certain people, they knew it was a fraudulent move. They knew the things he was saying didn't fit. They knew it wasn't right. But again, Future is in a very odd position. He is one of the greatest record writers to ever grace hip hop, ever.
Yeah.
But they're not giving him pop budgets. They're not treating him as fantastic of a record maker as he is. They're not treating him correctly. So he has to go do things with this artist, right, to just get access to popular music budgets when it should have been happening for you a long time ago. But that's kind of what makes it selling out.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And so now what you saw in 2024 was like, what you saw in 24 was like a bunch of people. Now they there. Everybody's there. And then it's like, man, shut your fake ass up. That's what it was.
Yeah, I can see that.
And they was like, man, this old fake ass nigga. Nigga, you been fake. We fuck with you, but you been fake, nigga. You fake.
It's like them niggas was kind of trying to take a hot shower. Like wash the sins away. Like, oh,
wash that stench off of you real quick. Right?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And you can hear what a person like Pusha when he talks about Kanye. Like you can see the sacrifices that they make to get further. And that's why when they finally enough is enough, they just be like, man, this nigga was a sucker the whole time. They start to tell you. They start to tell you. And that's what happened to Drake. It's not like a operation take Drake down. You can't take Drake anywhere. Drake is one of the greatest pop artists to ever live, one of the greatest records in the business. He'll be there for his fans to make music as long as he decides to. But the truth is, they said, you know what? You're not cool.
Exactly.
You've never been cool. And Kendrick took it upon himself to make sure people never saw him as cool again. And now it's to the point where if you think Drake is cool, you're not cool.
Yeah. And it doesn't, and I'm saying it doesn't negate the fact that he's a lame. And you know he's a lame because these corn stars and these strippers and stuff, like you know you lame when they think you lame. Like when they start talking about him and shit, they be coming across like, who come in the room and be like, hey, did you sleep with Wayne? Nah, all right, you gotta go. Like I'm cool. Imagine, hey, did you sleep with King? Nah, you ain't slept with King? All right, man, I'm out. Like, what the fuck? That's just ridiculous.
So now you hearing buyer's remorse. You hearing buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse.
That's all these artists that was complaining about him.
Buyer's remorse.
They bought it because it fit their narrative at that time.
I like that.
And this is gonna get me a pop budget. Everybody, shout out to every new artist that didn't know. Like the Migos didn't know. They was like, nigga, this is gonna be cool. This gonna make our song bigger. But Future, people like Future, certain people, they knew. And they just was like, fuck it. And when you say fuck it, here you are. So when it fell apart on him as far as culturally, because this is just a simple cultural conversation. It's not the business. He'll be fine in the business. But culturally, he'll never be it. I don't care how much everybody cry and whine. It'll never happen again because he should have never been in that place in the first place. He should have never been in that position in the first place, ever in 1,000 years. Not the position of success, but the position of truth. It's not about if he's black. He is black, but he's a black man that was raised in Canada as a Jewish man. He was raised culturally Jewish. That's his positioning. He wasn't raised in the ghettos of Toronto to represent that. This is a Jewish kid who got into acting young. Feel me? He grew up, went to Jewish schools. That's who he is. He don't have enough information to represent culture. This is more than a song. This is more than some simple things. So the same thing with Kanye, where it's like, bro, I know your mom and your dad was serious people, bro, but like, how do you keep doing a bunch of